Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video here today where I am just saying thank you everyone for 4,000 subscribers. It's been a long journey since this one. I believe we reached 3,000 2 years ago, and even though it may not seem like that much, I still want to thank everyone for those of you who have stuck in for the long run and been here since the Jukedama era and older couches and cables, and those of you who joined recently. I know we got a bunch of new people from our Splatoon 3, the Lego Star Wars, and the new Kirby games that came out recently, so thanks for everyone who decided to check those games out and check out our channel and click on that subscribe button. But yeah, we'll probably have something bigger planned for 5,000 subscribers once that eventually happens. That'll be a huge landmark and something I personally never would have thought happened. But yes, thank you for this little step of 4,000 subscribers. Just to say thanks, let us know what series or one-offs you guys would want to see next played on the channel here. Just leave a comment down below. We usually do polls in our Discord server deciding which games we want to play next. So just, give us some ideas here. We'll add it to a little spreadsheet we have that helps us determine which series we want to play. And if enough of a certain game gets some attention, of course, we would love to check it out. So once again, just leave a game down below in the comments and thank you. But yeah, of course, on our way to 5,000 subscribers, you can help us by sharing our content to other people, friends, family, whoever. Anything helps, of course. And in addition, as a thank you, and also just to announce some new stuff going on in the channel, I do have a few changes that we are making to our channel that should increase the amount of content we are uploading and increase the quality of our content as well. So hopefully these will be some nice changes. But starting it off here, we are completely adding a new pro section of the channel. So let me explain what that means. Basically, in the past, we've kind of just uploaded a variety of games. We've stuck to basically multiplayer games, like, of course, Wii Sports Resort right there was a 4-player. The Mario Strikers Battle League, that was like up to 8 players, which is ridiculous, but I believe we only showed off 5 players maximum on that series. And Kirby, which Kirby and the Forgotten Land was 2 players. So, a lot of multiplayer games, which we would consider to be like in the party section of the channel, which is mainly stuff we've been uploading. But what we want to do is kind of incorporate single player games that a lot of us have wanted to play and that we are relatively decent at. But we haven't really had an opportunity just because we always do our 4 players and stuff, and we don't really want to just straight up upload single player content because there's already plenty of that on the internet, and we are a multiplayer channel. So what we're going to do here is roll out a new section here where pro content will basically be single player or maybe 2-player games experienced with less channel members, where whoever plays for that specific series will play throughout the whole series. So for example, if William is playing through a Celeste series, which I know has been wanting to do for the longest time, he will be playing that game the whole time, but we will also have 1 to 2 additional commentators there, kind of just to provide their insight, maybe ask some questions, provide some more backstory, history, anything like that to make to fill in the space for commentary, make it a little more interesting, and not just have it be a straight up single player recording of that game, which already is on the internet a million times, right? So we're excited to roll this out. William will probably be the major contributor for this section, but of course we've been doing a lot of talking, and there are some series that a lot of us want to do. So I will get more into that later. But these videos will be less focused on consistent uploads. So these will be uploaded in addition to our party content, which is what we'd consider the usual content, right? Like Super Mario Bros. 3, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, that would all be considered party games because they are 4-player. Now, the Super Mario Bros. 3 series is technically a single-player game, but the way we're playing it is played like a party game where we're kind of taking turns and on teams. And I'm hoping to have more of that type of content in the channel as well. But games like Sonic Mania, which is kind of basically 1-player, it's like 1.5 player, and also like Super Monkey Ball, which is straight up single player, we would consider those to be pro series, and someone who actually knows the game would be playing it rather than just jumping straight into blind games. We're not planning on doing that with this pro section of the channel. We're planning on playing games that we know a whole heck of a lot about. We've played through many times in our past. They're childhood games that we can provide a lot of insight and not, fumble around and be goofs like we normally do for our party games. And we hope to make them more interesting by having people that participate as commentators, as like special guests in those videos that can provide insight from an outsider's perspective, and also just, kind of make those goofy comments and all that while the other person is playing the game more seriously. So, I'm really excited to start doing that. I'm hoping that to get this new section of the channel rolled out by late October or maybe the beginning of November. We'll figure it out. We're still in the process of figuring out what we want to do. But we do have, each of us does have some planned games that we already want to play. As I said, William does really want to do a Celeste series, so that's probably what he'll start off with. And he also wants to do some Mega Man games. I know we did a Mega Man Zero one-off long ago in the channel, but he wants to more seriously play some of those Mega Man games, just some of those games from his childhood. So that's probably what you'll be expecting from William's Pro series. I, at some point, would like to do some 3D Mario games on the channel, like, for example, maybe Super Mario 64, or like Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Odyssey, some of those single-player 3D Mario games I have been wanting to play on the channel, but haven't really had an opportunity to, so hoping to get some of those out there for you guys. I know Daniel also wants to do some Kingdom Hearts playthroughs on the channel, which would probably be longer series, and we'll see how that goes. But I know Daniel has been wanting to do the Kingdom Hearts. He's very knowledgeable about the series. He can go on and on about the lore. So that will be a very interesting thing to see happen. And then another thing is Hector and Luis, who are not quite yet pictured in the channel art, but they have been in the channel for a little bit now. I am planning on getting channel arts figured out for those two, by the way, because now they are considered consistent members. Hector and Luis both want to do kind of like co-op Pokemon Nuzlocke. So basically it'll be just the two of them. They're both really skilled at the Pokemon games, and they'll kind of compete to see like who is the better Pokemon Nuzlocke player. So that will be an interesting thing coming out on the channel soon. Another thing I do want to say is that Alex, who has been kind of radio silent on the channel and hasn't really made any appearances, will be showing up soon. He'll be showing up hopefully next week when we do our next week's recordings. He's planning on coming back. Just been very busy with life stuff, but now he should be a little bit more free and hopefully available to return for the channel. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to Alex's return. I know I am. So with that said, I will say the channel members right now are obviously myself, Justin, William, Daniel, Alex, and then Hector and Luis, who I have not made channel arts for. Those are our consistent members at the moment. And I'm planning on getting the channel art updated once again. It's a little bit of a process just getting the character arts made and all updated, but hopefully shortly now we will have those ready. So with that being said, we will kind of try to make sure the party section of the channel is a little more like it'll be a little more distinguished from the pro side. It'll more so strictly just be 4-player games, or at least games that involve all 4 players. Like if it's not a 4-player game, for example, the Super Mario Bros. 3 series, it'll involve all of us somehow. Like we'll be on teams or something like that, just to kind of distinguish the channel sides. And the party section will, generally speaking, probably be games that not all of us are too familiar with, just to kind of, once again, have that more ridiculous commentary and like figuring things out. So we'll kind of have those 2 sections of the channel distinguished, and I'm really looking forward to having that ready, up and going. But yeah, we're gonna try to also consistently have 4 to 5 people for the party section of the channel. The 5th player, if we do have a 5th player over, they will be actually controlling the like recording software in our mixer, so that they can kind of do some funny stuff on their end, maybe throw in like an image here and there, or some text, something like that. Sound effects, I don't know, just to kind of make the party section once again a little more goofy in comparison to the pro section of the channel. And also I did figure out that OBS does have an interesting feature where you can actually save recordings, or basically clip recordings, while you're doing a full-on recording. I think it's called like replay recording, or flashback replay, or something like that. I was just looking into it, and basically what that means is, like in Twitch, you can save a 30-minute clip just with the press of a button, which would make compilations a lot easier to make. I know in the past we were doing compilations, especially throughout Jukedama, and I haven't really done anything with that recently, just because it's been a hassle, going through the recordings, trying to find those moments. But that makes it a lot easier if we just automatically have a folder already laid out. When we're on the recording, we just were like, haha, that was funny, let's save that. And then we have a bunch of clips for us ready to go, and then all we need to do is, edit them together. So that would make compilations a lot easier, and I'm hoping that those will also come back to the channel, maybe monthly compilations, maybe something else. We'll figure it out. And potentially, since some of the members now have a little more knowledge on editing, they might be edited by different members each time. We will see what happens with that, but I'm hoping to make that a thing in the future. So, once again, thank you guys for 4,000 subscribers, and hopefully you are looking forward to some of the new changes we have on this channel. If you are, of course, I guess stay tuned. Normally I would say subscribe, but you're probably already subscribed. If you're not subscribed and watching this, then what are you doing? But, I guess just once again, let us know what series you want to see. Maybe any thoughts you have for this new way that the channel's going to be uploaded. Just, maybe let us know if you have any ideas for this new section, or I guess sections of the channel. And we will see you guys in our next upload for tomorrow.